Welcome to the virtual lunch. Today is Friday, August 5th, and this is virtual lunch number 612. Our guest today is Michelle Cohen, the Director of Human Resources and Office Manager for Schneck Law Group, as well as the President of the Foundation of the Association of Legal Administrators. And this is part of our series on igniting innovation with our friends at ShorePoint Technologies.
Michelle, so great to see you, and thank you for being here. I'm Lydia Flocchini, and I run the marketing team at SharePoint. And I've known Michelle for 3 years now through the New Jersey ALA and just the amazing work she did there. And so happy that you are here so we can learn more about the foundation of the ALA and all the great things you do in your job.
Ed Deaton, SharePoint as well, work very closely with Lydia, and I believe Michelle, we work together as well. Yeah, same. I'm learning more about the foundation outside of just everything else the ALA does. That's going to be exciting for today. Thank you for coming.
Sarah Coffey, Content Marketing Manager at SharePoint. I work with Lydia and Ed.
Tell us about your background and your work at the Schneck Law Group.
Two similar and completely diverse things. My work at Schneck Law Group, we're a niche law firm in the state of New Jersey. All we do is real estate tax appeals for commercial and residential properties. I was a social worker. I was a social worker for as many years as I've been a law firm administrator. So I have my feet equally planted in both worlds. And the way that I was able to achieve that was I worked full-time in college. I worked multiple jobs to put myself through college, and one of them was as a social worker, as a staff person at a group home. So my true love is social work, and that's what I bring to Schneck Law Group. I am kind of chief cook and bottle washer. I do all the HR and the payroll, and your typical law firm administrator for any small mom and pop law firm. I'm lucky because I was poached when I was working for a Social Security disability attorney doing social work case management, and my managing partner was starting his own firm. So I got to help build that firm with him from the beginning. And so there's a really interesting experience in doing that kind of ownership and starting everything fresh and making lots of mistakes. So that's kind of my background. I am very much a social work human. I feel, in my very humble professional opinion, all law firms should have a full-time social worker on staff. I have used every one of my social work skills every day, forever. Every experience in my life, work and personal, has shaped my management style. And I think it shapes all of us, right? We all bring those experiences, whether we carry them with us openly or secretly, with us to every action that we have. I love working with people. I love helping people. There's nothing I love more than throwing spaghetti at a wall to come up with some crazy problem solving. And I also am one of those rare people that doesn't mind making mistakes. I own them and love seeing, how the puzzle gets put together and where the mistakes were. I would have to say that my background very much complements working in a law firm. As you know, the lawyer brain and the law firm machine is a very special and unique and extremely resistant to change animal, if you will. So it's great to have patience and to have the wherewithal to be able to look at all the different dynamics. And because I am very much a 50% creative brain and 50% type A control freak organizational brain. So I have like that nice little match. I was blessed at birth, I think, with. And so I'm able to look at those issues that come and approach them with a little bit of levity, but also always keeping at the forefront that humans are involved. And when you're dealing with humans, you never know what to expect. You think you know what to expect, but you really don't. I feel that my background really does help complement what I do. And I think it's great when people have other life experiences before they find whatever career it is that really gels for them. I think it's really helpful to make sure that you don't say, I was a computer analyst and now I'm this. No, you're going to take those skills from being a computer analyst and you're going to be able to segue the best parts and even the bad bits and make whatever your next great thing is even better. We are the charitable arm of the ALA, which is the Association of Legal Administrators. The ALA's function is to provide networking and education I can honestly tell you that I am the best version of myself professionally since the 10 years that I've joined ALA. Nice. So the foundation was created, I think, about 10 years after ALA came into existence in 1981 to be the charitable arm. And in its early stages, they did a lot of, support and seed money for chapters. They helped to develop study cards for a national exam. There were, things that they were involved in, and they used to give out a scholarship for folks to go to like the Chapter Leadership Institute to help emerging leaders. I got involved 4 years ago. We serve 4-year terms. Their mission is to help grow education in the future for legal management and the visibility and the messaging around that. We provide scholarships and education. That's how we do that. Some people just come out wired. I was wired for survival, right? I came from a lot of disadvantage and a really, really difficult childhood. A lot of folks, when they meet me, they see my skin color, they look at my last name, they hear the vocabulary words that I use, they see my level of education. You make a lot of assumptions, right? Unconscious biases. It's just really important to realize that you have to kind of pay it forward, no matter where you're standing at in your life. The mentor process, you can't just tell somebody, and I learned that actually in the foundation. You can't just say, okay, you're going to mentor the next set of students that come through, because what does that mean to somebody if they have nothing to base that upon? One of the lessons we learned was, okay, we need to provide feedback and skills and support so that somebody can learn how to mentor, even though they have been effectively mentored previously. It can be real simple. I always say start small with, I just interviewed candidates for a scholarship program. We could only pick a certain number. There were a couple of applications that just, something spoke to me. I can't explain it, right? I spoke to the team. I said, I want to reach out to these 2 blind candidates. I have no idea who they are because I feel like they need something from me. Reached out just through an email. One of them happened to have kicked back, and now we've started an informal mentorship relationship. It could be as simple as sometimes as just reaching out to somebody and saying, hey, I'm really sorry that opportunity didn't happen for you. There was just something in you said that really spoke to me. I just want to have a cup of virtual coffee with you and give you 15 minutes of my time. I can't imagine a world where I don't find an hour a week to give to something. I really, and I don't say that in a condescending way. I would literally do anything to convince any human being, whether I know you, like you or not, to find a way to make an hour to do something. I will sit with a person to help them find a thing that is of importance to them. But there are just too many things that are near and dear to my heart. And I have only become a better person, a better leader, a better partner, a better mother. But I think people get overwhelmed, right? We feel so scheduled, and we have play dates, and we have business meetings and Zoom meetings, and we're traveling. Give that hour and do something else. Sometimes people will embrace that, and sometimes they might not. And that can be really uncomfortable or awkward. So find somebody, find your Michelle Cohen, whoever that is in your life, or just hit me up. I'll talk to anybody. It's fine. And I'll give you a little pep talk and send you on your way, because take that risk. Reach out to that employee, that friend, that child, that person that you think could use a little nudge or just might need a little bit of constructive feedback, because I still think back on Karen Circus, who was the woman who mentored me when I was an 18-year-old person applying desperate for a full-time job so I could have health insurance. And she took me under her wing, and it changed the trajectory of part of my life.
Michelle Cohen, everybody. Thank you. Wow. What a great conversation. Thank you so very much. What a privilege. And thanks to you for joining. Thanks to SurePoint for supporting this series on igniting innovation. What an honor. Thank you, Michelle.